Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading. We're starting with the dice and cocktail, dirty movie, and yes, dirty movie can be, again, exchanging like pictures through text or online dating, or sharing videos, or they can be like on a larger scale about like viral videos and things going on around the country, around the planet, viral news and stuff like that. But with the love reading, I would hope that it would have something to do with just the parties involved in a situation. Anyway, Spirit says spend money, no, and stay in bed. With the energy cards, we're starting with Daughter Spirit. Daughter Spirit means that there's like limitless abundance and also clarity, like beyond these doors, and they're open for us. They're available to us. And we've seen in the moon reading and in the general reading that this week there probably is going to be an increase in any psychic awareness or intuition that any of us have. And also it came out in both the general reading and the moon reading, or the moon reading then was confirmed or reconfirmed in the general reading, that people are getting clairaudience upgrades and are going to be hearing a lot of sounds and possibly music and things that will contain messages. With the Right Away deck, we're beginning with the Four of Wands, which is all about happiness, joy, contentment, peace, just enjoying life, whether that's because you entered a relationship or your relationship has grown, has moved up to the next level, maybe even, to marriage, or, just because you're happy, and you're enjoying your life right now. This could also be about you attending somebody else's event, possibly even, their wedding, and maybe meeting somebody there romantically that, could be a good romantic partner for yourself after, maybe realizing that you've been working too hard and you deserve some time out, you deserve some time at play, or deciding that you're not going to, like carry these wands or be stressed or like take on everything anymore. You may have made that kind of conscious decision, or something may have just come to an end. Something that was on your plate may have, completed its cycle and it's off your plate now, and then now that allows you some time and peace. Maybe you were struggling in a relationship, you and or a partner, and that's over, and so now you guys are just happy. With the Angel and Animal Tarots, we're starting with the Knight of Wands also. He is passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. And then we also have the High Priestess. So we have like Gemini and Sag maybe. Energy. The Sun, of course, enters Sagittarius. The South Node is also currently Sagittarius. Gemini is currently the North Node. Sagittarius is mirror sign. Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess. Most directly represents the sign of Gemini, at least the way that I read it. Can also be a water sign. And it is about intuition, that increased intuition that I was just talking about with the Daughter Spirit. Listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. Basically, this is about not just thinking, but thinking like with your third eye, observing with your third eye what your next move should be before you make that next move. Also upright, it's the last card that's upright. It's the Queen of Pentacles, who is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So the Queen of Pentacles is someone, who just really makes a beautiful home. And so she may be responsible for this Four of Wands because she, remodels or she just makes things comfy and cozy. Maybe she gives you like a warm blanket to curl up with on the couch and makes hot cocoa for everybody. That's the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, to make herself and others just really feel at home, feel comfortable. She's a nurturer. She's also possibly a Taurus Virgo or Capricorn or someone like into those traits or attributes. And interestingly enough, the next card is in reverse, but it is the 5, Major Arcana card 5, Unity, or the Hierophant, which does most directly represent the sign of Taurus. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. So again, maybe talking about the increased intuition and psychic gifts and awareness. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. We're just going to give these a little shuffle. Again, opening right to not only the healer of the ages, but also the angel of love. Isn't that beautiful? Today is actually a feast day for, this is a depiction of Jesus, we know. Somebody's view, a vision of, imagination of what Jesus looked like. But today is actually the feast day of Christ the King, goddess of the moon. Woman holding a coin. All these beautiful cards upright. I love to see it. I'll do one more. Oh, I should have quit while I was ahead. 25, deceit. I did see in the general reading that there could be somebody around who, is not what they necessarily, who they seem on the surface. It may be somebody you're just now meeting, doesn't have to be a romantic interest. Could be somebody you meet as a friend or a business connection. Not necessarily who they seem. So just get to know people. And again, pay attention to your intuition about who people are. And certainly if people tell you who they are, believe them. Because sometimes we can have this thing where we are insisting that, no, I don't think they meant it that way. I don't think they, really behave this way, or I can change them, I can help them, I can fix them. No, when people tell you who they are, believe them. Anyway, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, also upright. Nice to see that. And then we have woman holding a heart. She's sacral, by the way. I didn't say that. And then we have woman holding a heart upright. So then we had man holding a heart upright in the general reading. Patience also upright. Financial constraints upright. I don't like that. But then there's blossoming abundance. So don't let, if you do have, run into what appears as going to be a financial constraint, don't let your mindset change into one of lack, because there is abundance that is attempting to blossom here. We also have daughter romance upright. Wow. Okay. Found a card in reverse. More earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Possibly a male that is unhappy or bored in his current relationship or romantic situation, whether that's single or coupled. You could be tired of being single too. Page of Pentacles is usually somebody who's bored with their situation. Seven of Swords for me can be about exes returning. It's like something coming back that was taken or lost from you before. Four of Pentacles means something, whether it's negative emotions or something more tangible, like a job or a relationship, needs to go. And it may go this week. Maybe the shit will hit the fan at Thanksgiving dinner. Uncle so-and-so will say something stupid and get the ball rolling. All right. Tower. Overall energy is that earth energy again. Major Arcana card 9, which represents the sign of Virgo most directly. And in the placement of love, or this is a whole love reading, the Hermit, whether upright or in reverse, it is upright in this case, is about rekindling a relationship from the past. So X is returning, as I said. It was another Four of Pentacles that we didn't talk about. Well, I had a viewer last week send me a very generous donation, and I went to thank them immediately. I hit the it was through PayPal, and I hit the send a response, send a message, and it would not open. I tried a couple times, and I said, well, I'm going to tell them on my video thank you, and I'm going to of course keep trying to reach them via email. But if you're out there and you're listening, thank you. I do appreciate it. They left me a note about not to get discouraged about the way that the YouTube algorithm treats me, that they've been watching me all this time and everything. So it was really nice. And I, the message or the amount numerically was not lost on me either, in terms of what it means and how much of a number widow I am. So I appreciate that as well. Okay, this week, fire signs. Your card is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oop. So could be a situation involving a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. For the earth signs themselves, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your card is, I was going to say Libra in reverse. Major Arcana card, Justice, which does most directly represent the sign of Libra in reverse. Air signs, including Libra, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our card is the Queen of Swords in reverse. And water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your card is very beautiful. Strength, upright. So again, what we're going to want to keep in mind is that we're all getting the energy of the Hermit. We're all starting with the Hermit as our overall energy. And with regard to love, it's really, really possible with this card that a relationship or romance, specifically from your past, will be rekindled. So you have to figure out, is that what I want? It seems that romantic relationships might not be a priority for you right now when this card comes up too. So it's like bad timing, or it could be bad timing when this relationship from the past comes back to you. So if your head says that you want the relationship, then look at your behavior, or vice versa. And if they align, then go with it, and if they don't, at least think about it some more. If you're already in a committed relationship, then you might feel like you've been going in different directions right now. I talked about two ships passing in the night yesterday, actually, with the card that landed in the placement of love, which was the Two of Pentacles, but there were two boats in it, in the Rider-Waite deck. And I talked about the two ships that passed in the night. So you might have been feeling like that's been your case in love for a while now. And if that is, you, then you want to make sure that you make time and, effort to stay connected and keep the sparks alive in your relationship, like I said yesterday, in the general reading. So with all that in mind, also in a general sense, so that was specific to love, but in a general sense, the Hermit is a very spiritual card. So this can also be coming up for somebody who is single and maybe is not going to rekindle a relationship with their ex, or even speak to their ex this week, but will experience a lot of the ascension, the new psychic awareness, the increased psychic awareness and intuition, the clairaudience, either that will increase or they'll, be newly discovered by them. It'll be like a new gift, and that could be attached to the Hermit as well. and what it means for you in terms of your relationship and your love life. Um, it can be about large institutions. For me, sometimes it can be about a lawyer. So maybe with divorces, especially looking at some of these cards that are in reverse. Could be something like that: separation, divorce, a lawyer is needed, family court, um, something like that is very, very possible. I'm thinking what a kind of other large institution could be involved in your love life, and I'm not thinking of any. um, you may be trying to figure out like what the truth is about someone or about a situation that affects you and or your love life or your partner. Um, don't feel like you have to handle this all on your own or do everything by yourself. There's a message that you can seek help, um, or even just ask another party that's close, that may be close to the situation, to gain like a different perspective also on something is advisable. All right, so that's the Hermit. So moving on to specifically the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, your card is the Knight of Pentacles, and similar to what I was saying about the Page of Pentacles with regard to love, the Knight of Pentacles can show that you're feeling sort of bored with your love life, and um, the major way to handle this is through communication. So we did see in the general reading a lot of these messages come up about communication being necessary right now, and that's of course specifically or particularly if you're in a committed relationship. Most people are not mind readers, and so they don't know what's going on with you, and you have to ask for what you want, and you may get it. If you're looking for love, you're single, then this may not be the time, or at least not the week for you to be trying to settle down or whatever. It's better to let any prospective partners know up front that in so many words, you're not necessarily looking for a relationship or a committed relationship, exclusivity right now. We may be just looking for a good time, and that's fine. You shouldn't have to feel any kind of way about that. And if you don't feel any kind of way about it, you shouldn't have a problem being honest about it and letting the other person know that that's where your head is at. That's what you want. That's what you're about right now. You're in like an exploration mode. That's okay. Allow yourself to have fun, but just be honest with you first and foremost. Be honest with yourself and with other people. So that's the Knight of Pentacles. We're going to move on to Justice for the Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this card is in reverse also, and it can be very important for you to look at exactly what it is you're bringing about in a relationship, because you may feel like you've been treated unfairly when this card comes up, and like things are out of balance, disproportionate maybe, and this might be the case. But also it's important to bear in mind that these things usually are not like isolated incidents that happen in a vacuum. So how might you have contributed to whatever challenges, difficulties are going on in the relationship right now? Can you be honest with yourself about that? And you may, once you ask yourself that question and are honest with it, it usually is a way forward from there. Whether forward means improving the relationship or forward means getting out of it because you determined that you were right and you have been mistreated or whatever. If that's the case, I'd go for sure. When you're single and looking for love, it's possible that you feel as though like you're really ready for a long time romantic relationship, maybe even marriage, and it's likely that if you have been having difficulty finding that it's somehow you're standing in your own way. And I've been talking about standing in your own way a lot lately, particularly with the air signs, I think it was. So maybe this is, pointing to situations where earth signs are dealing with air signs, maybe particularly, especially Libra. Um, if you find yourself being too willing and maybe even too eager to make adjustments and changes to your own life so that somebody else can fit into it, so you got to change how you move so that somebody else that you haven't even met yet necessarily can come into it, then it's probably true that some more a stronger sense of self-love needs to happen first before you find a relationship. And you may not want to hear that because again, you want a long-term relationship, or at least you think you do. So you might not want to hear that there's more work to be done first on you, but that's what the card means. Alternatively, again, it's justice. So I get court with justice and judgment and the hermit and all those kinds of cards. So especially with having the justice here and in reverse, and having the hermit, it's possible that there is like I said, some sort of legal separation or family court or divorce situation happening. And with it in reverse, it might be like the other person leaving you rather than you leaving the person, like somebody divorcing you. Or I'm also getting you being the person who wants it, but, still having a fear of what your life might be, on your own. Because again, there's not a strong enough sense of self or self-love there. So even though I'm not happy with this person that I'm with, at least there's somebody here with me as long as I'm with them or married to them or whatever the situation is. If I leave, then I'm alone. Then what? And that question, to me, poses another one. Like, do you even like yourself? And if that's something that you're dealing with, where you're not sure if you like yourself, then again, there's work that needs to be done. The hard work, the shadow work, that needs to be done first. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We got this Queen of Swords in reverse. So yes, it is our energy, but right away I felt that it may be somebody else. Like maybe there's another person that's involved, that's butting into your situation this week. And it could be like a mother figure, a mother-in-law, something like that. Maybe they too are an air sign, maybe specifically an Aquarius, because that's what the Queen of Swords represents most directly. Or maybe a Taurus, where Aquarius's ruler, Uranus, is located in Taurus. Or if you're dealing with a married or, taken, unavailable earth sign, look how the Queen of Swords is looking over here, looking this way toward the Knight of Pentacles and the Justice card that's sitting in the Libra placement. I feel that this, the Queen of Swords could also be this person's that you're dealing with actual mate, and maybe they're going to be a little bit more involved in your mutual love interests life this week and make things like sticky for them. Somebody's butting around, but also what this card means in the placement of love and relationship is that your memory of a situation, a circumstance, maybe even a whole relationship, and like what went down, what happened, or was said in that relationship may not be the actual reality of things. And so, you should be open to hearing your partner or love interest or ex or whatever it is, their point of view, especially if you guys are trying to like work something out and resolve, and just to end something amicably, or maybe start something anew amicably, even if that's just a friendship. Getting on the same page is important. And sometimes, I can't think of an example, but I'm sure we probably all had this instance where you just have a memory of something, and when you finally do get to relay it to the other person, they're like, "That what? That's not what happened. Like, what are you talking about? This is what happened." And then when you think about it again, like in hindsight, you're like, Oh yeah. Why was I walking around angry about this? This wasn't even a, didn't even wasn't even a real thing. We could have made up a long time ago. Those kind of situations. So that's what the Queen of Swords can represent when she's in reverse in love. Also, if you're single and looking, that this week there could be communication problems, and you may have to like try harder than you normally would have to understand where your with this potential love interest prospective partner is coming from, when they're talking to you. And I'm also getting that could be a little bit more literal than just metaphoric, like trying to understand. They may speak a different language. That may be what it is. Not like you don't really get them, but they may speak a different language. Um, yeah, I thought something else was trying to come to give me more clarity, but I lost it. But so it may be that you really don't understand where they're coming from because you don't understand what they're saying. And so you'll have to try to like pay attention and to communicate as best you can, given the barrier, the language barrier. And water signs, you got the best card this week. Um, Maybe the ex that's returning to you is a Leo. Um, my parents were a Scorpio and Leo. You know, so maybe it's something like that. In any case, whether it is or not, the strength card is one of my favorites because it's a card that is positive in every single placement, whether it's upright or in reverse. Like I can't think of a placement or situation where the strength card is negative. Um, so yeah, things should be going well, pretty well for you um, this week. And if you're in a committed relationship, you may find that it gets stronger. Right, it's the strength card. That there is a lot of mutual support. You holding each other down or holding each other up, depending upon one's perspective and how you want to look at it and what you want to call it. So there's reciprocity, there is support, there is mutual respect and adoration and love and all those sorts of things. If we're single and looking, then this is a better than normal time for us to meet somebody who would be that type of person that we'll be able to count on, and they can count on us. It'll be a reciprocal relationship. And you should feel strong and self-confident, like Leo the lion. um, and because you're in that sort of phase or mode, it's a good time for you to get out and mingle if you're looking. And you could be very pleasantly surprised as to what how things turn out for you, what comes out of that, that little effort that you put in. Seeing what the other cards have to add. We've got the Two of Pentacles that I was... Now, this isn't the exact card because it was the Two of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck that popped up yesterday. And now this is the Two of Pentacles from the Animal Tarot. But so it doesn't have the two ships in it. But, I think the fact that it's showing up after I talked about it and the two ships that passed in the night, this could definitely be the case for some of you. And so, it's about making time for each other. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and career and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun that, to all you do. So it's about balance, about making time for priorities and maybe, this week, not focusing on more than two priorities with this card having come up. So maybe one is your relationship and one is your job or one is your health. One is, whatever. Earth signs. Your card is the Three of Wands. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. And I think that this card could be true in terms of making long-term plans for those who are, deciding to put more effort into the relationships and make them more committed, like we're trying harder to make it work, or those who are leaving relationships and you've got to make long-term plans too. if you are going to be single now, or you're going to be divorced now, especially like if you're a parent or whatever, you have other things that are part of it. And this is about doing that in a positive way. This is you looking forward toward the Four of Wands, so toward some happiness finally. If you haven't had that, you haven't been experiencing that, we're looking ahead toward manifesting that Four of Wands. We're almost there. When you got the Three of Wands, it's like you can see things taking form, taking shape, and you can really have, you can genuinely believe that you're going to make it to that Four. Whereas, with the One or with the Two, that just requires faith and an idea, we can fall into a place of doubt. Now you're really seeing things take shape, and you should be able to think, what, I'm going to be just fine, whether I'm partnered or whether I'm on my own. Air signs. More air energy. It's now the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. So before you jump on your ex's lap, make sure that, you want those kind of problems. And water signs. It's your own energy. The Page of Water. Who is intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase, and you have heightened psychic abilities. So definitely, again, heightened psychic abilities for everybody this week, it would seem. The Page of Cups is your own energy. A Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. This could very well be you. Again, possibly reuniting with an ex, maybe somebody that you are younger than, or they are younger than you, with the Page showing up. Or this could be like this, about something that's brand new. So this is you meeting somebody and just like that sweet energy. Or it could be the sweet energy of reuniting too. And, sort of like the honeymoon phase, very lighthearted, youthful energy, playful, romantic and like flirty. This can also be, messages, texts, calls, some, letter, card, something that like puts a smile on your face, just makes you feel good, happy. Those, what they call those little, not nothings. Are they called nothings? Sweet nothings, yes. Sweet nothings. I don't know why they call them sweet nothings. We should look that up. But that is the word I was trying to think of. They make us smile and stuff like that. All right, so let's see what the other deck has to say. Fire signs. All tied up. Yeah, so this is about feeling stuck. Feeling stuck. So you're feeling bored, you're feeling overworked, and like you don't have time for your partner, you're too surpassing in the night, but you're just feeling like there's no way out of the situation. Like you're not really sure. Oh, I can't stop working. What am I supposed to do? Quit? No, of course not. Like, don't get crazy. And then if you're bored, you're bored. It's like, well, I don't know what to do to make it exciting. I'm not into this person anymore. Then again, maybe you need to leave, and maybe you return to your ex, or you take your ex back, or maybe you meet somebody brand new. But you are in control of this and able to get yourself untied up. Earth signs. Storm warning. Ooh. Yeah, something brewing for some of you. Again, it's a 10, so it will, once it's over, this thing, there'll definitely be brand new energy for you and be positive. Again, I think that for the earth signs, there's some relationships that we will decide need to end. And so, it can be a little rough as that's happening, but you'll get through it. It's just a temporary energy, and it'll be for your highest good ultimately. Air signs. We have some, when we're not, some energy that's like out of balance with yin and yang in reverse. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, I'd say she's out of balance. She's upside down. And so we may want to work on things like meditation and prayer and yoga and whatever makes you feel, um, helps you find that place of clarity, maybe so that you can communicate effectively and properly with people rather than, ending up in conflict or, being presumptuous. The Queen of Swords in reverse is definitely has a lot to do with not being presumptuous, definitely asking and having conversations. Um, and I think that that's our strongest message. Yeah, is we're out of balance, but it's something manageable. Okay, you don't have to feel lost, and we might be feeling upside down about and torn about what to do about our ex too, and out of balance in that regard too. One part of me says, you know, run back to them. The other part of me says run away. So it's going to be something we need to think about, decide. And last but not least, again, we have the water signs. And you got the door of spirit, but it's now in reverse. So you guys may be feeling sort of disconnected from your intuition. Maybe this new energy, this new psychic awareness floods in and you kind of don't know what to do with it. Door of spirit in reverse can be about, I'm just bending over to pick up these, decided to use these little fortune cookie cards. With daughter spirit, as had started to say, sorry about that, can be about just like feeling disconnected from your intuition. And maybe that's because, like, for example, you want to you're not sure whether or not you want to return to your ex, and you're getting some messages you feel are telling you to go, and you're getting some messages that are telling you to run in the other direction, or you're not sure if you're really getting messages or if that's your own ego that's talking to you or your own wishful thinking. So you're feeling sort of disconnected again and confused about the messages. I would say not to act until you get clarity. Keep paying attention to them, the signs, the synchronicities, and definitely, again, listen to things. Listen for messages in sounds and maybe especially music this week. And then just at the last minute, I was sort of moved to pull us each one of these. Maybe I'll pull one for each sign, not just each element. Let's do that. All right, Aries. Property. A property purchase or sale from many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. Taurus. Future. Didn't this say plan for your future and stuff? I love it. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. That's you planning for your future. Gemini. Planning. Now's the time to lay down the foundations of your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Nice. Cancer. Reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end. Others could blossom and become even stronger. Leo. Care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. Virgo. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Libra. Opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared and dress to impress. Scorpio. Sunshine. The sun is shining on you, your career, and your business. Growth, fabulous communication, and relationships. Very nice. The sun is literally shining on you until tomorrow, when the sun moves into Sagittarius instead. Sagittarius. Society. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. And this makes sense with your birthday month, or again, the sun moving into your sign. Capricorn. Assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is ripe for soulmate connections. The birth of a child is also likely. Aquarius. Health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or a diet. Many new friendships are also on the horizon. Pisces. Difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. Oh, I hate to end on that. The next card in general for August for all of us is romance, or that 13th sign. Was that other sign that begins with an O? I've never followed that at all. Love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high for those seeking connection. Hope you guys have enjoyed the love reading. I will be back soon. I have some client readings to do. I should post them. It has been pointed out to me that I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't posted them in a long time. So people thought that I wasn't doing them. And I am. I do. In fact, I've had a lot to do. So I've just sort of been super, super busy. But I think I'm going to get them up to you. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate the engagement. They keep saying that that's what we need in order for the algorithm to work. Hopefully one day it will work, and we'll get the messages out to who needs to receive them. I appreciate you guys helping me do that. Namaste.